Here at the 2012 alumni game out at Eddie D. Field Stadium, I have Pepperdine alum Eric Thames with me now, currently with the Toronto Blue Jays. Eric, welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
How does it feel to be back? I mean, coming back, seeing all your old teammates, what's it like?
It feels incredible. I mean, this year we had a great turnout. I mean, a lot of my former teammates are here and former buddies, and it's good to be able to joke and, hobnob with, my old teammates and guys that came before and, just talk, and it's a great experience.
So we're going to dive into your memory, your Pepperdine memory. I know you've had a lot of great moments here during your career at Pepperdine. Is there a memory that sticks out when you look back at your career here that you're like, that's a special moment?
Team moment, okay, we were playing here my sophomore year, my first year here, against LMU, and it was an extra inning game, and we had a runner on third base with 2 outs. And coming up to plate was Adrian Ortiz and Daniel Worth, and then myself. So LMU intentionally walked Ortiz and Worth to load the bases to get to me because I was slumping at the time. And I remember I was just like, oh, no way they just did that. It's like the biggest slap in the face ever.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like 3-2 count, I got a single and it was a walk-off hit. And that's probably like the best. I remember throwing the helmet and just like doing all that crazy stuff, but that's probably one of my top personal memories.
Awesome.
Being a Wave.
Awesome. Now, Eric, you were drafted in 2007 by the Yankees and chose to come back to school. Explain that decision a little bit.
Well, I knew I had 2 more years of eligibility after that, and I knew I didn't have the year I wanted to have. So I just figured, I'll just go home and train harder and smarter and come back the next year and try to go a little bit higher and help this team get to a national championship.
And then you're drafted the following year by the Blue Jays. What was that feeling like, to hear your name? I know you've heard it before, but was it have a more special meaning now the second time that you knew it was your time to go?
Yeah, it was pretty much, sign or, wait till the next year and have no leverage. So it was okay, I guess I'm a Blue Jay now, so give me a uniform and let's go.
Yeah. 2011 comes around, Major League debut. Take me through those moments when you're in the clubhouse right before your debut.
Well, my debut was against Detroit, but it was a rain delay and eventually it was canceled or postponed. So that was kind of like a drawn-out experience because, when I was called up, I took a red-eye from Vegas to Detroit, so I didn't sleep at all, of course, on the flight 'cause I was so nervous. And then, I took a bunch of, drank a bunch of Red Bulls and caffeine and stuff like that. So I was ready to go for the game, and then the delays happened, so I started, to crash a little bit. Yeah. So I actually took a nap in the locker room. And the guys played a prank on me, they turned off all the lights and they went outside. And they had the clubhouse guy tell me, hey, they're playing the game right now, where are you? Get your uniform on. And I woke up and I was like, wait, there's no chance. What? So I freaked out. And I went outside and everybody started laughing. I'm like, yeah, rookie.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It was worth it, but, my first game was against the Rays and just playing under those bright lights, and it was amazing.
Was there a moment when it just kind of hit you that, wow, I'm doing what I've always dreamed about doing, and I'm living my dream right now?
Yeah, but you can't really get caught up in it. You just try to stay humble and just know that, it's a gift and it's a privilege to be where you are, and that any day it can be taken from you, so you got to take it as just, you're pretty much a little kid, a little kid playing a game, but there are moments where it's like, well, that's Jeter, that's Cano, that's it's crazy. Yeah. But it's fun.
Yeah. Professional sports, Major League Baseball can be such a roller coaster of, maintaining your performance to not drop down, moving up. How do you handle that daily pressure of having to perform?
You just have to focus on the task at hand and just realize that you need to focus on, doing your job in the lineup. If your job's to drive guys in or to get on base, or to be a good fielder, you just have to focus on that. You can't focus on the stuff outside because that'll just mess you up and that'll just ruin your true potential.
Who's the toughest pitcher you faced so far?
Toss up between Mariano Rivera. I would say him. David Price has a good fastball. Yeah. But I would say Mariano Rivera. His cutter is just. There's no wonder he's one of the greatest relievers, or he is the greatest reliever of all time. So.
Coming back to Pepperdine a little bit, Eric, what are some ways that Pepperdine prepared you for where you are now, maybe both on the field and off the field?
Well, it was my first, mature experience. It was my first time being out of the house. I was out living on my own, just dealing with a mature environment. The classes were tough. I mean, even though I was spoiled a little bit, looking at the ocean every day, But I mean, it was just a great choice for me. I always wanted to go to a small, private school in the LA area, and I never heard about Pepperdine. So I started, researching the area, and I was like, that's the school I want to go to. It's like they offer the programs I like. The student body is like the perfect size, and it was just everything I looked for.
I'm sure it all makes even more sense when you get to come back and see where you played and see the school. It justifies that decision all much more. What's your favorite, Eric? What's your favorite thing about coming back for the alumni game?
Taking it to these young kids. That's the whole time we're saying, let's just take it to these kids, show them how we played ball here.
Exactly.
So that's the goal, without throwing out our backs.
Right. You gotta, health is number one.
Yeah.
Is the number one concern here and the number one priority. Well, Eric, it's great seeing all of you guys. It's great that you come back supporting the school where you came from and really enjoying seeing all of you guys out there. And I know it's fun for you guys as well.
Thank you.